I'm Richard Holcomb, and thanks for joining us today on Who Rocks New Mexico. Each week, we get up close and personal with the companies that truly rock New Mexico and take you behind the scenes to get the story behind the story. Today, we'll meet Bob Herman of Bob's Painting, who's putting a fresh coat of paint on New Mexico. We'll talk with Mark Johnson of Soluna Solar, who's turning northern New Mexico on to the sun. Then join us for another Travel Guide New Mexico moment. But first, let's head down to Roswell with Mayor Del Journey for some good old family fun.
Hi, I'm Del Journey, Mayor of the City of Roswell, and I want to invite you to take a glimpse at a few of the places and events that we have to offer. It's true, we're probably best known as the UFO capital of the world, but as you're about to find out, we're so much more than that.
Hello, I'm Bill Glenn from Roswell, New Mexico, here with the 25th Annual Old Timers Balloon Rally. We have 54 balloons this year. With the first rally, we had 15. And actually, we had about 6 rallies back in the early 70s at the Wool Bowl Football Stadium, which is directly to our east. So this is our 25th anniversary of the Old Timers Rally. In Roswell, it's about our 33rd, 34th event. The event is presented by the Crumlin Auto Group. They stepped in this year to help us out big time. The rally is an annual event held the first weekend in May. We also have in Roswell Cinco de Mayo party and a fiesta on the river. Big weekend for Roswell.
Always a hit is the Bob Crosby Women's Ranch Rodeo and Open Ranch Rodeo, held at Eastern New Mexico State Fairgrounds.
Yes, sir. My name is Smiley Wooten, and president of the Chaves County Rodeo Association, and we hold 4 of these events every year. This event here is usually held in May. It is what we call our Bob Crosby Invitational Ranch Rodeo, and you guys are seeing the first annual all-girl ranch rodeo tonight. There'll be all men's teams tomorrow. It's just an event to kind of show the true meaning of what cowboys do in their everyday lives and how they work their cattle, and you know how this beef ends up on your dinner table, and this is sure enough the old style ways of doing things, and this is the way these cowboys do their jobs every day. Lots of fun, good clean family fun, fun for everybody, for the families, from big ones to little ones. I actually have a little calf scramble for the little guys here in a little bit also, so just having a lot of good clean family fun out here tonight, and we appreciate you guys coming.
My name is Don Armstrong. I'm a retired Air Force fighter pilot. Walker Air Force Base was a strategic element in the deterrent during the whole Cold War. The actual history of Walker Air Force Base started when the Air Force was put together in 1947, but prior to that, during World War II in 1941, the U.S. government came out here to Roswell and thought, hey, this is a great place to put a base. There are so many people in Roswell that retired here from the base, and we put the museum together so that they could come out here. One of our goals in the museum is also to help children. We don't want them to forget what happened during World War II and subsequently after in the Cold War. People specifically travel to come to Roswell to see not only aliens, but they come here to see the Walker Aviation Museum. And we want to continue that lineage of people understanding and remembering Walker Aviation.
Party on the River, Fiesta del Rio, is the first weekend in May and is held at Cahoon Park. This event includes Valley Vintage Motor Car Club Show, the Fiesta Tug, live entertainment, and much more.
My name is Sheila McKnight. I work for the Recreation Department. I am the supervisor at the Roswell Adult Center, and I'm also the vendor coordinator for Party in the River Fiesta del Rio. It's an annual event. It always happens on the weekend or the weekend closest to Cinco de Mayo. That's the way it started out to be. And we average about 5,000 on Saturday, about 7,000 on Sunday. Oh, activities. I'm also in charge of the Kiddie Corral. It's for kids ages 2 to 11. We have water sports, which consist of just sprinklers. Kids love to run through sprinklers. The tug of war, that's been going on for a long time, probably 15 years. And the weight limit for men is 1,200 pounds. For women is 1,000 pounds. And then this year we added one for the junior kids. Come to Roswell, New Mexico. We are the hub of the southern part of the state.
I hope that you've enjoyed this brief glimpse of the city of Roswell, and I invite you personally to come and see for yourself what a great community we have. Thank you very much.
Up next, using solar power is less expensive than ever.
Join Albuquerque Business First, Thursday, May 23rd at the Sheraton Uptown as we recognize New Mexico's most outstanding nonprofit organizations. Honorees were selected out of nearly 400 nominations. Hear the stories of people and organizations that have benefited from these nonprofits. Plan to attend Albuquerque Business First Nonprofit of the Year Awards, sponsored by ConocoPhillips, Thursday, May 23rd. Come early to network. Lunch begins at 11:30. For registration and complete information, go to albuquerquebusinessfirst.com/events.
This month at Frost Mortgage, we are offering our clients 3.5% 30-year fixed-rate mortgages. Do you have a 3.5% mortgage? If not, call Frost Mortgage and get one.
What every child deserves.
To be safe in our home.
Food and clothes.
Not to be hurt.
A good education.
To grow up with our brothers and sisters.
To be loved, valued, and respected.
El Ranchito is a loving and stable children's home where brothers and sisters can live together as they grow into adulthood or until they can be reunited with their families. With your help, El Ranchito de los Niños will continue its mission for years to come. Learn how you can help. Call us today.
Solar power is a perfect solution for today's energy demands, and there's a solar company in Dixon, New Mexico that's plugging into the sun in a big way.
Soluna Solar in Los Ebanistas is located in Dixon, New Mexico in the Embudo Valley. This area is rich with history. Having our business here is a wonderful aspect because we do give that feel of we're a hometown place. You're going to know us by name. We're always going to be there for you, and we're here to stay.
Soluna Solar is a division of Los Ebanistas Incorporated, which is our construction business. We spun off Soluna Solar doing solar thermal heating systems for the homes that we're building and some retrofits. The project that we're at today is a system that we originally put in about 4 years ago and added onto it just this year. And it offsets the natural gas bill by about 90%. We have it hooked into a backup heating system run by natural gas, but it has cut the energy production by 90%.
The house was an existing home that we bought maybe 5-6 years ago that Mark Johnson had built originally. And after we were in it for a while, I told Mark I wanted to see if we could do thermal solar. I think in a part of the country like this where we've got just abundant sunshine, to take advantage of that resource is a good thing. We can run the whole house on solar, both hot water and thermal heat.
Soluna Solar is one of the few companies, and really the only one in the north, that we offer both solar thermal and hot water heat for houses and photovoltaic for grid-tied electrical systems.
What's neat about solar right now is that we believe that in about 3 to 5 years you'll be able to power your home from your roof or on your property cheaper than what you can buy energy from the local utility, which is very exciting and a new thing that we're trying to talk to our clients about and let them realize that solar technology is here, and why not put the sun to use?
It's time to dispel the myth that solar is too expensive. In just the last few years, solar costs have dropped about 2/3, making a residential system an 8 or 9 year payback and a business system 5 or 6 year payback. And then for the next 25 or 30 years after that, you'll have free electricity.
Behind us is one of our commercial jobs. This is Taos Charter School. It consists of 420 modules, and it's the community solar project. It's the first of its kind in New Mexico. The cool thing about this community solar project is that members of the Kit Carson utility will be able to purchase 1, 2, 3, however modules they desire in order to offset their bill at home. So what this system is doing, it's making energy here, even though it's not tied directly to your home, it's still offsetting your bill. For whatever energy it's making here at this location, you're able to apply that to your utility bill.
A good reason to, the reason to pick Soluna Solar is because of our varied abilities in the construction business and in solar, thermal, and our renewable energy, our plumbing and electrical expertise. And you want to hire a company like us who has all of those talents in-house. To put it all in a nutshell, to go solar, you save money, it helps your pocketbook. Even better than that, you're doing something for the environment, you're doing something for your kids in the future, for your children and your children's children. And that's a really good reason to go solar.
A lot of places rock our state too. Here's another Travel Guide New Mexico moment. You'll find some of the most beautiful scenery in New Mexico and plenty to do by heading northwest from Rio Rancho on Highway 550. One of the most spectacular sights is Cabazon, a volcanic core rising 2,000 feet straight up above the high desert, a reminder of the volcanic activity once prevalent in many parts of New Mexico. Cabazon is popular with both rock climbers and photographers. One of the great day trips to take in Sandoval County is the Jemez Trail National Scenic Byway. It starts right here at the intersection of Route 550 and 4 in the pastoral community of San Ysidro, which is named after the patron saint of farmers. As you start your journey along the Jemez Mountain Trail, the highway parallels the Jemez River with its beautiful cottonwood-lined bosque. Before you know it, you're in the Pueblo of Jemez.
Well, there's a tremendous amount of history, with Jemez Pueblo, but in a nutshell, we're the sole surviving village that's Towa speaking of the Pueblo communities here in New Mexico. We're located, northwest of Albuquerque, about 40 miles. Our tribal membership is around 3,500, and probably more than, around 2,500 maybe live in our community. The visitor center was constructed here in what we call the Red Rocks area. The visitor center also not only has a gift shop, but also we have a small museum. Tells a little bit about the history of Jemez, its emergence, and where we are today. So anybody that comes to the visitor center hopefully will get a better sense of Jemez and its people and its migration and where we are today. We like to encourage everyone, to come and visit us in Jemez Pueblo, at the visitor center and learn more about our history and our culture.
One of the things I've learned in my many years of traveling New Mexico is that you positively cannot stop at Jemez Pueblo and not buy a piece of fresh baked fry bread. Fried, not baked. Wonderful.
Hi, welcome to the Jemez State Monument. It was the Jemez State Monument was established in the 1930s to protect the Pueblo of Quisiwa and the San Jose de los Mission Church. The pueblo was occupied 200 years before the Spanish first came in the 1500s, and the mission here was built and established in 1621, designed by the Spanish, and it was built by Jemez people. It's a unique design in New Mexico. Its walls are fairly thick, at least 7 feet thick, and the bell tower is unique also. It's located in the back of the mission instead of in the front. So this one was built in the back, utilizing the hillside, and it's also octagonal in shape.
Just up the road from Jemez Pueblo is the village of Jemez Springs. The village has numerous restaurants, bed and breakfast, galleries, a country store, and a saloon. Weary travelers can wash the dust off with a dip into the past at the 130-year-old Jemez Springs bathhouse. There are many hot springs in the Jemez, and farther up the Jemez Mountain Trail, you'll encounter the Soda Dam, a popular site for those looking for a more natural hot springs experience. A little further up the road, you'll find Battleship Rock, a sheer cliff at the confluence of the east and west forks of the Jemez River. For those who like to camp and fish, nearby Fenton Lake State Park is a popular year-round retreat surrounded by ponderosa pines and a great place for the entire family to catch both rainbow and brown trout. Hear the thunder, lightning all around us. It's going to rain in just a couple minutes here because it's monsoon season in New Mexico. But none of that compares to what happened 1.2 million years ago right on this spot when a violent volcanic eruption happened. It blew the top right off the Jemez Mountains, and the crater imploded on itself, leaving this beautiful 14 square mile area that we call Valles Caldera. And that means crater, and that's just what this is. Now, most of the time when you think about a volcano, you think about a big mountain with lava pouring out. Well, this isn't the case here because the top of the mountain got blown off. Whether you're looking for a day trip or an overnighter, you'll want to be sure to put the Jemez Mountain Trail Scenic Byway on your itinerary. Coming up, making New Mexico a better place, one building at a time. If you're looking for a great family experience, then Chamisa Hills Country Club in Rio Rancho is the place for you. The 27-hole golf course is coming back to life in a big way, with incredible greens and updated fairways and tee boxes. The swimming pool is a great place for the family, with lessons for the youngsters and nighttime activities in the summer for members. Tennis lessons year-round and lighted courts for night play. Chamisa Hills Country Club in Rio Rancho. Come out and join the fun today. Visit ChamisaHillsGolfandCountryClub.com.
Hi, I'm Doug Wilson, the owner of American Tire and Service. Do you know what makes a great mechanic? What makes one shop better than another? Training is mighty important. Certification? You bet. Experience? The more the better. Knowledge? Cars are complicated nowadays, and believe me, these mechanics need to know a lot. But do you know what really makes a great mechanic? Heart. It's a passion that drives the mechanic to do the right thing every time. At American Tire, it's the first thing we look for in a mechanic. Of course they have the training, the certifications, the experience, and the knowledge. But heart is what makes it all work for you and for us. Our entire team is dedicated to professional service. We all know that's what it takes to bring you back. We've been helping people like you for over 25 years. We're locally owned and proud to serve you. Come ask for me by name, Doug Wilson. I'd love to serve you.
American Tire and Service on Highway 528 between Southern and Northern. The only guys for you.
With his love of painting, passion for learning, and a desire to share, Bob Herman of Bob's Painting has been making New Mexico a better place, one building at a time.
Getting in the painting business was really a job. I just needed a job, and so I got hired as a painter and was taught to trade. I liked the challenges in the painting. And so over the period of time, I would go out there and try to dig up more and more of the difficult, challenging jobs and try to build a business from watching others do it. I've been painting businesses and buildings and everything you can think of for over 30 years, most of my life. Well, I've had several people in my life that had a great impact. Two mentors, especially Ken Johns, has had a huge impact in my life when I was 26 years old, influencing me in business and in life itself.
My name's Ken Johns, and I've known Bob Herman both personally and business-wise for over 25 years. Bob came in and sat down and said, Ken, you know, how do you make money? And I said, well, Bob, what are you doing now? And he said, well, I'm reading all these self-help books, and I'm, you know, trying to build these seminars, etc. What do you think I ought to do? And I said, well, let's get together sometime and we'll talk about it. Well, that led to Bob and me having several meetings together over time, and Bob came to the point where I was fortunate enough to lead him to Christ. He's a guy that's fun to be around. He's high energy, he's enthusiastic, but it's not only on the surface. Bob's a guy with deep, I believe, moral fiber, and I know personal convictions about what's right and what's wrong, and I think he brings that to the table in his business relationships.
We've been fortunate to do a mix of very unusual jobs. Well, today we do projects and jobs of any size. Some huge difficult jobs at the Intel plant where you have these 130-foot steel towers being built for air filtration, to just the offices, a small office where people are moving out and they're refreshing with carpet and paint. I think over a period of time, when you talk with the customers, you find out that they like that we have a belief to take care of the job from start to finish. I call it zero defects. The concept, telling the guys to go out there, look, this is what we need to do from the start to the finish.
Well, we've used Bob's on a number of projects that we have. We manage community associations in and around Santa Fe and Albuquerque and throughout New Mexico. And we're always looking for quality painters to paint the exteriors or interiors of our properties. Bob's done a great job for us. He's thorough, he's always on time. His people are great, cleans up well when we don't leave a mess behind for our folks, and he's very courteous, and his prices are great too.
So what makes us different, more than anything, is really the people that we have, from the office and the longevity of it. When you have an office staff that everybody in the office is working together for over 10 years and sometimes up to 20 years together, makes a huge difference. Well, my belief has always been figuring out a way to change the beliefs that a customer has about painting contractors.
I've been working with Bob's Painting for the last 20 years. What Bob's Painting does for us, they do the whole scope of work for us. If we need a building completely redone, repainted, they'll come out and do that. They'll also do, if we need one room done, they'll come out and do that on a very professional, on time, on budget basis.
My name is Matt Bobinet. I'm a manager here at St. Clair Winery and Bistro. As a restaurant manager down here, I definitely would recommend Bob's Painting for any restaurant's painting needs.
The greatest compliment that we get is just a thank you note so many times, or just even a call and saying thank you. We know the depth of that thank you when they're calling. It means a lot to them. They were surprised. The team aspect of Bob's Painting really begins, I think, every day in the morning. Like right now in our room here, the guys will be coming in the morning time. There's food, coffee, there's work orders going around. People are talking to each other, finding out where they're going, what they're working on, what their challenges are. The guys are just gentlemen. When they come out to the job site, they don't see that in the construction industry. When I think of my family, my wife, the 4 kids, the 5 grandchildren, I mean, there's a certain connection to everything else in life. You think about that every day. I mean, it makes me want to do the absolute best that I can do, and they want to do the best that they can do. In this kind of market today, it's a tough one, and it's not easy to survive, and yet we've been thriving and growing because of the uniqueness that we have, our culture, the people, our customer base, and our values. Bob's Painting has been rocking New Mexico for 30 years, and we're going to be rocking New Mexico for another 30 years.
Coming up next, when you're smiling, the whole world smiles with you.
When you're purchasing a property, one thing that's huge is peace of mind. When you're a buyer, there's a lot of new things. You might be a first-time home buyer. You might be somebody that's buying for the 3rd, 4th, or 5th time. Every transaction is handled differently.
The Myers Group has been a real pleasure to work with. Joe went to work and he nailed it perfectly and helped us get the deal closed, and we moved into the house just a week ago Monday.
When you're purchasing a property, how to open escrow, how to make offers, what's normal, what's customary. You need to know that you're getting the right financing, the right deal. And you need to know the difference between resale, new construction, everything else that's out there, all your options. When we represent you, we're your eyes and ears. We're the ones out there. When that property hits the market, if you're out of state, you're not available, you're at work, we can go out there, shoot those photos for you, shoot that video, that YouTube video, email it to you so that way you don't miss out. So if you're in the market for buying or selling a property, keep the Myers Group in mind. I guarantee we'll add value to your life.
Join Albuquerque Business First, Thursday, May 23rd at the Sheraton Uptown as we recognize New Mexico's most outstanding nonprofit organizations. Honorees were selected out of nearly 400 nominations. Hear the stories of people and organizations that have benefited from these nonprofits. Plan to attend Albuquerque Business First Nonprofit of the Year Awards, sponsored by ConocoPhillips, Thursday, May 23rd. Come early to network. Lunch begins at 11:30. For registration and complete information, go to albuquerquebusinessfirst.com/events.
Hi, I just saw Robert Wagner on television reading a script about reverse mortgages. You know, Robert doesn't know anything about reverse mortgages, but I do. Every month at Frost Mortgage, we loan hundreds of thousands of dollars to seniors to eliminate their mortgage payments for the rest of their lives. How much better would your life be if you didn't have a mortgage payment to make next month? If you're 62 or older, give us a call and we'll show you how this wonderful mortgage program works.
There are many dentists around New Mexico, many of whom offer similar services. So what makes Dr. Greg Lepore of Smiles by Design so different? Well, you're about to see.
The goal for our patients is total oral health, meaning that they're healthy. We like to say we have the healthiest patients in town. And what I mean by that is it's our job to keep you, the patient, out of the dental chair. I think one thing that's really important that people don't have any idea how easy dentistry can be and how painless it is and the advances that we've made in dentistry. We want to be proactive and not reactive, meaning catch things when they're simple and easy, take care of them then before they become, something much more expensive later down the line.
It's all about the patients here. It's all about prevention and making sure that not only that your mouth is healthy, but that overall as an individual you're healthy.
I really enjoy working chairside with patients and educating them on the importance of oral care and dental hygiene.
We're passionate about what we do. I love what I do. My staff is passionate about what they do. We want to help people. At each new patient appointment, I take time out of my schedule to personally visit with a patient, and that gives me the ability to talk to people and find out exactly where they're coming from and where they've been and what they may need.
Experience with Dr. Lepore is fantastic. He does his work with care, precision. He treats you like a family member. I think anybody that goes into the dentist chair wants someone there to make sure you're treated like family.
Well, that's Who Rocks for this week. I hope you liked the show as much as I enjoyed bringing it to you. For more information on the Who Rocks segments or to find out how your organization can rock New Mexico, we invite you to go online to whorocksnm.com. I'm Richard Holcomb, inviting you to join us again next week for another Who Rocks New Mexico. Have a great week, everybody.